Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today we are planning out the week of August 4th through August 10th in my Erin Condren daily duo. This week I chose kit number 620. It's a Hobo Cousin kit. I think it's actually more of a springtime, but I really like these colors and we already have it, so we're gonna use that this week. And then similar to last week, I don't have a week at a glance that matches this one. I think I mentioned it in my last video, but I purchased several to go with the new kits in the anniversary sale. So hopefully as soon as I get those, they'll start matching. But it is pink. There's a little bit of pink. I don't know. We're gonna make it work. It didn't bother me last week that it didn't match. It was still very functional. And I'll show you that actually. So this was last week's. And yeah, it doesn't match and it wasn't the prettiest maybe, but it was still very functional for me. The to-do list was great. I was able to track my views, my daily Instagram and YouTube. So yeah, it worked out really well. So let's see here. We can take a look back at how last week turned out after the pen. We've got Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and then, oops, still got some post-it notes. Friday, Saturday, which is today that I'm filming, and then Sunday. So let's move on to next week now. Okay, so we're on the 4th. Since I'm using a Hobo kit, we need to do a little bit of work. Is that the word maybe? I'm gonna do a little bit of crafting, I guess, with the kit. So on this page, the Q2, it looks like, we're going to trim, let's see here, these, so that I can make it fit in the daily instead of having one long strip. So we'll do that. If you've watched my videos before, you've probably heard me. I don't measure anything, so I just eyeball it and it looks good. Now we're going to cut these 2 large pieces of washi down to make 6 smaller pieces. Again, I don't measure, I'm just kind of eyeballing it. It doesn't have to be perfect. Once it's on the page, I really don't even notice, so there's that. Okay, there we go. Now we've got that cut up for our daily pages. I'm also going to go ahead and lay down these that I use every day, just to make it a little bit easier on me. So for the to-do, just gonna put these on the brush strokes. Okay, so there's the to-do one, and then I'm gonna do work, and I'll probably use these. Oh man, I wasn't paying attention that there's no green down here, but that's okay. Those come up. Okay, so we got those, and then now let's go ahead and add the numbers. So we are on the 4th. Okay, so now we got all that part done. Makes it a little easier to just get started on the day. So let's see here. Since this is white, let's double check. I may need to white out. You can kind of see through there. It's not great, but I'll go ahead and white it out. I did get the Tombow correction tape. Hopefully this is the right one. There were a few options on Amazon, but after last week's video, a couple of you recommended, I can't do it straight, recommended this one, that it's a better match to the Erin Condren paper. I think you're right. That looks great. Obviously you can still tell there's white out, but it's not anything like the other. It matches the paper a lot better. Awesome. Thank you guys for that. Okay, and now let's lay down our washi strip. And then I'll do the green washi here. And okay, there we go. So we got our date down, and then let's see, what color do we want to do for Monday? I guess it doesn't matter. We'll just start here. That is so smooth too. That's a lot better than the I was just using these big ones from Walmart, which they're fine for the, price or whatever. They're easy and cheap, but those Tombow ones are great. Okay, got that. We've got work Monday morning. Okay, let's see. I think we'll do this color. It's kind of a bummer that these aren't exact matches, green, pink, and blue, but I guess in order to make that work, I need to use green here. Anyway, we'll put that there for dinner. I usually write my dinner on this last bottom line here. Okay, that works. And then let's choose a box. I think it doesn't matter, does it? We'll go with this one. Okay, there we go. And Monday is gonna be trash day. So we'll mark that with one of these arrows, or that's not an arrow, what is that? A flag. Sorry. It's been a really long day. We went and took the kids back to school shopping today, so it's been a long day. Do I want to do that? Or I kind of feel like we have enough that I could put an actual label. I don't know. We'll just do it like this. Because I need to use one for my child as well. Let's see here. Maybe we'll do the green. Okay. And another Does that look okay? It's a lot of white. It's fine. Okay, my son is going to summer rec on Monday. This will be their last week. That reminds me though, because it's their last week, the cafeteria has closed down to get ready for back to school. So he has to take his lunch. I need to put that little trash can there. I need to mark that we have to pack his lunch. So I think I'll use maybe oh my gosh, I don't know. I'm just gonna use one of these. Put it over here just to draw attention to it. There we go. That way I don't forget his lunch. Okay, last week I used one of these Mildliners to mark off my hours, and I think I'm gonna try that again. This is the only one I really found that I thought matched this kit well. I don't know. We're gonna try it. It may not be a great match this week. Last week's was like almost perfect, so it just made sense, but nope, I don't like this. Too late now for Monday, but it's a little too bright, I think. Okay, I don't hate it, but I don't love it either. However, that's okay. It's just part of it. Okay, as far as actual plans, we got trash day, summer rec, gotta pack his lunch, and let's see here. We've got practice, of course. This is our last week of daytime practices because kids are going to be going back to school. So, what do we want to use? I think one of these is fine. We'll just do something like this, and then we've got practice from 10 to 12:30. So, let's pull out an arrow here. Okay, we need okay, that fits perfectly. And we'll mark cheer practice. Perfect. What else do we got on Monday? We've got my daughter's got tumble. We're going to be on a new schedule this week, so she doesn't have tumble and cheer on the same days anymore, which is convenient in some ways due to football season, but also not so convenient when we gotta drop her off. And then I have a meeting at 5:30 as well, so I'll just use this blue one. And I know I have a sticker here for that. There we go. All right, I believe that's it for Monday. Okay, let's move on to Tuesday. I'm gonna go ahead and wipe this out again, since our washi was white. That is so smooth. I don't remember who it was. There was 2 people that commented about the Tombow. And you guys are awesome. Thank you. I have been using Erin Condren for years, and I somehow did not know that. I'm not 100% sure that's straight, but I think we'll go with pink. To-do list, and then I'll use a pink little flag down here for dinner. Just keep going and use the pink box. Okay. Go, we'll mark work. Maybe the blue would look okay with the pink. I don't know, it's still pretty bright. Okay. Back to planning here. We've got, lunch thing is all week, because like I said, the cafeteria has to get ready for back to school. And then let's use a green, I think, with the pink flag. We'll use that to mark summer rec again. Okay. Did forget the Hello Monday sticker here. Okay, so let's go ahead and do the black outline again, just because I don't think I like that blue. I do have a pink marker as well, but it's also pretty light. It's not quite the same pink. All right, that works. Summer rec, lunch, and then let's see, also on Tuesday morning, let's choose a different color, maybe this one. My daughter has to get one of her cheer uniforms altered. The skirt and stuff is just way too big. So we have to go do that on Tuesday. And then we have a lot Tuesday night, so okay. Let's see how we're gonna make this all work. So we'll put this one here, maybe, and we will put this one here. Don't love that the black line shows through there. Okay, so this is to mark. Let's see here from, oh, we need some arrows. I think this will fit here. Okay, so from 4:45 to 6:45. My daughter's coaching at the cheer gym. And then at 6:45, as soon as she's done, till 8:30. So, or 8:45, I think it is. This will work. There we go. She has high school cheer practice. So she'll go from coaching for 2 hours to 2 hours of practice. That is not very straight. Okay, there we go. So that's for her. And then my middle child has football practice. So let's choose this green color. Oh man, okay. I'm gonna put it down here. It starts at 5:30 to 7:30, but I got something else. I think that works. Okay, so he's got football practice 5:30 to 7:30. In the middle of all this, I'm gonna have to do some coordinating with my husband here. Because I'm doing maybe okay, hold on, I can do this. So 4:30 to, I think I can make this fit. Probably shouldn't have drawn that bottom line in. Okay, we'll just use an arrow. So 4:30 down to 6:30. Okay, and then his practice is from 5:30. So if I just scoot it to the side, I can mark 5:30 down to 7:30. Okay, that got a little confusing even for me for a second, and I'm used to this crazy schedule, but I think I got that figured out correctly. So let's find a sticker. I could do might use this volunteer, and I've had these a very long time. I don't know anything about this shop anymore either, but I may do it like that so that I can write in here, because our middle school is doing 2 different open houses this year. So thankfully I can volunteer on the night that my son does not go, and that way I don't have to do it on the day that he will be there, because that would just be very hectic. Okay, that got a little A little scary there for a second, but we got it. So just double check here. I got summer rec, lunch, uniform, volunteering, coaching, practice, football. I think we're good. Okay, so here's Monday and Tuesday. And we are moving on. Okay. Put down our washi strip. This is really cute, these little birds and butterflies. It's adorable. I think I said earlier, I'm pretty sure it was a springtime kit, but I honestly don't care. I'm not really, I don't really plan my kits, I guess, around these seasons other than like Christmas, like holiday stuff. But if it's cute and I have it, I just use it. It doesn't matter to me. All right, so let's see here. We got work. We've got our to-do sticker. Okay. So we got our basics. We have got, is there any blue skinny ones? Nope, we're gonna have to put a pink right there. That's okay. Wrong sheet. All right, for our box down here, let's do this one, I guess. It's kind of a mix of the pink and the blue. Just gonna put that there for some fun color. And so then we'll use this one for the banner. Like that. Definitely don't want to forget his lunch. Okay. I'll mark my work hours. Okay, so let's see what we've got on Wednesday. Got our summer rec, we've got lunch. Okay, so we do have, I think I'm going to use one of these big ones. So I've got several of these sticky notes style. Not sure how I want to do this, but it's one where we have a couple things going on at the same time. So let's see. Okay, and I don't think I pulled stickers for these, so give me just a second. Okay, I went ahead and grabbed some stickers for these things. So, my son has an orthodontist appointment, which we're just going to use this dentist appointment sticker. Put that there. And then at the same time, my daughter has a hair appointment, and that'll probably last a good 3 hours at least. So just kind of use this big sticky note here to block that off. And I got these cute little haircut stickers. I'll just kind of put those down here. Maybe. That's kind of cute. Maybe. I'm gonna scoot that up a little so I can write his name in there. And ortho. Okay, and then write that in for her. All right, so we got those things on Wednesday. Okay, so let's see here. We'll just drop her off for this, and then I'll go back and get her. She's old enough to sit there by herself. She'll just look at her phone anyway, and then I'll go back and pay and stuff at the end. This shouldn't last very long. He actually doesn't have braces yet. They're just, he does every 6 months for like his, I don't know, just like to check and see if he is ready, make a plan, that kind of thing. So that won't last very long, and then we'll just go right back to work. What else on Wednesday? We've got cheer practice. Do this one here. From 4:45 to 6. Our practice schedule changes this week. Because this is new. She doesn't usually have practice Wednesday afternoons. So there's that one. And then that evening we have a thing at our church. I kind of want to use another one of these, or maybe I use the blue one. How many hours is that? 3 hours. Of course, I don't have any other green on this page. No, I don't like that. Okay, let's see. I don't really want to use another pink one though, because that's too much pink again. Or maybe I take this pink one and move it. Okay, that works, I think. All right, we'll use another pink one down here for this activity. Still takes up a little bit more space than we actually need, but that's okay. And then I'll use a blue one right here for that. And I'll put a practice sticker there. Okay, that looks okay. Good enough anyway, that's for sure. All right, that's it. Oh, I better write this in, huh? Having a back to school bash at our church. And I actually did have some of these I can just add just to kind of show that it's a church function. Okay, there we go. We are on to Thursday. Oh, I'm already missing stuff, man. You guys are for sure gonna think I'm crazy. Because I'm pretty sure that we'll have football. We've been doing football on Wednesday nights, and they said until school started, so I would assume that means this week. I'm out of blue, so we have to use this like more tealish green. Okay. Okay, now I think that is everything for Wednesday. So we're gonna have to split up a little bit, figure that out, but okay. Let's go to a fresh page. Okay, so for Thursday, let's do this. A little bit more green color, or teal, I'm not sure. I've been marking dinner, right? Hopefully. There's that one, and for work, let's choose. And actually, with it being Thursday and not a summer rec day, I'll probably go in an hour early. My job has been crazy lately, and I am just swamped, it feels like, every single day. There's a box for that one. And I'm gonna go ahead and lay this down that I pulled up, because she does have practice on Thursday from 10 to 12:30. So let's grab an arrow. There we go. Okay, practice from 10 to 12:30, and then from 1 to 5, which we won't go that whole time, of course, but from 1 to 5, I guess we'll use another one of these. Actually, why am I so bad at this? Okay. I take that back. We're going to use one of these flags, because even though it is from 1 to 5, we're not going to go that whole time. It's kind of an open thing. So for high school open house, I'll just put it like 1:30. Can't imagine we'll be there more than an hour. She already picked up her Chromebook, her schedule, supplies, all that kind of stuff. So we're just going in to meet the teachers and like find her classes when they did. If you haven't watched one of my videos, my oldest is going to high school. So last spring, when the middle school did tours of the high school and got to like see where everything was and all of that, she was out for a school trip and she missed it. So even though we already have her schedule and her supplies, we're gonna go to open house so that she can find where everything's at, meet some of her teachers, and just kind of feel confident that she knows what she's doing on the first day of school. So I'm gonna write this. Okay, so that is there, and then at night, I'll do, oh, the green doesn't really match. Oh, here we go. I'll do this one again. And so the my boys both have open house that night. So, as we have 2 schools to go to, we'll need the full 2 hours. We'll have to be at the first one as soon as they open the doors, and then able to drive across town to the second one. So that we can meet their teachers. Hendrix, this is his 2nd year of middle school, so he already knows where he's going and knows what's going on. He'll just have new teachers, of course, but Miles, this is his 1st year at this school because he's going into 1st grade, and our kindergarten is completely separate from our 1st grade, so it'll be all new for him, so that will probably take a little bit more time. So there's that. So let's mark our work hours. So like I said, I'll be going in early just to try to get some stuff done. Said work has been just insane. I say lately, but really it's been a couple years. I keep thinking eventually like it'll slow down or I'll get caught up or something, and that's just not happening. So it just is what it is. So there, and then I'll have to leave at 4. So I'm gonna mark that so that we can be at our first school by 4:30. And I think that's it for Thursday. Basically, it's a full day open house. And let's go to Friday. Okay. Got our washi again. And these. Are y'all's kids about to go back to school too? I feel like it's really early. Like it just gets, I feel like I'm old when I say this, but it just gets earlier and earlier every year, and it's crazy. Like this is our last week of summer. They go back to school next, the next week. The 11th, I think it is. Just wild to think that our summer's basically over. Honestly, I don't feel like we did a whole lot, but kind of is what it is. When you work full time, you don't really get to do all that exciting stuff. However, my husband and I was talking in the car today, and it's all just a mindset. Like, our summers may not be super exciting. We don't generally go on vacation in the summer. Sometimes that can be hard just because you see everybody else doing it. And so you feel like you should be too. However, that's just not the way we do things. Our fall and our spring are always very busy, of course, with like sports. And like, that's fun for us, we love to go watch our kids, participate, all those things. Due to my daughter's cheer, we go to Florida in the spring and do like, this year we went to Disney World and Universal and like all the things. So we still got to go and do those things. It's just not at the same time that you see other people, and sometimes that can get you down, but gotta try not to focus on that. So I just put this one here, and I didn't say it, but again, going into work early. Thankfully, I have a pretty flexible schedule. Like, my boss is great. She completely understands kids, families, activities, appointments. Like, she is so great about it. So she's fine with me coming in early or staying late or whatever to make up for me needing to leave in the middle of the day to drop my kids off or go to open house or whatever. She's amazing. So there's what's going on Friday. So we've got work, and I think that's it, which sounds great. After this busy week, like, we'll need a day to just come home, chill, hopefully order pizza and watch a movie and just be done. Okay, so then we'll go on to Saturday. Oops, sorry about that. That is so satisfying. Okay. Oops. Just use. Actually, no. Use these little like journaling type pieces. There we go. That's cute. Adds a little color. We'll stick our weekend strip up here. There we go. That's cute. All right, on Saturday, I say that's cute, but then I have it crooked. Okay. On Saturday, we have a party at night. Let's choose the blue. And the party is from 6 to 9. I do think that it's, I think it's kind of a drop-in. Like, you're not expected to stay the whole thing. So I'll probably just put that there. We'll go for an hour or so and then go home. And then football. We have football, finally. We have Chiefs preseason starts on the 9th. I believe it is 7 o'clock our time. So let's see. All right, here. I really should have chose a new Papermate Flare. I love these, but once they start getting, the tip gets like smushed down a little bit, they don't write as great in these small boxes. Perfect. Football. You know what this needs? A football here. To celebrate. What color do we want? This kind of matches. There we go. All right, and that's pretty empty for Saturday too, but I'm sure we'll have a ton of prep work because we have my daughter, she's having some family over, and then with school starting on Monday. So I'll go ahead and lay down our clean the house, because I'll be doing a lot of that, getting stuff prepared. I shouldn't have chose pink. That's okay. Is it okay? Oh, I do have a blue one left. I'm sure I will, because I'll have to do like a grocery order this day. And of course, it'll be laundry day. I'm sure I'll have to run errands. There'll be all kinds of things that I can add in later on. But for sure, lots of cleaning in order for company on Sunday. Okay, so as I'm sure you noticed, we're out of washi. There's only, when I cut it, I can only get 6 pieces, which is fine because I don't look at my planner a ton on Sundays, mostly just weekdays. I will make myself a to-do list in here, but that's just a quick, usually house cleaning type stuff. Meal prep, so it's not, if it's not beautiful, it's okay. So I don't have the washi there. Do need a mark for dinner. There we go. We will use this here for church with an arrow. Okay, and I've got some church stickers here. Perfect. After church on Sunday, we're having a little get together. Maybe I'll use this one here instead of using it on the side. I'll just put it here to mark my daughter's birthday party. I'll use that to mark her birthday party. And this is just like with family. Her actual friend party is the next weekend. Okay. And then that evening, she will have, this is a lot of green, but I have so many green stickers left over somehow. But it's all right. So that evening she has tumble and cheer, her new practice times. And that's from 5:30 to 8:30, so do that. There we go. I think that is it for Sunday. Okay, let's see here. Was there anything that we missed on here? Don't know exactly. Like I said, I'll probably have a grocery order Saturday, but I don't know the time yet. Laundry day will be Saturday. Yeah, I'm just not sure yet, so I don't really want to mark any of that. One thing I did forget, my Planner K order is supposed to be here on Monday from the anniversary sale, so let's mark that because that is exciting. Technically I had 2 orders, so my first order is supposed to be here. I made one large order as soon as the sale started. I already had my cart loaded and everything, and so I got a pretty good size order. And then I think it was the next morning that she posted everything would be 50% off, so naturally I had to go back in and place a second order. It wasn't nearly as big, of course, but there we go. So that's supposed to deliver. I'm not sure if the second one, I'm sure it's pretty far down in the stack of getting worked. However, this was processed so fast, I could not believe it. So I can't wait to get that. And hopefully this week I'll get to film a sticker haul to show you guys, because that'll be a lot of fun. So Okay, I think that's it as far as actual plans go. The last couple of weeks I was doing my content and my dashboard to-do list in the same video, but we're already at over an hour, so I think I'm gonna wait and do a separate video for that, just so that it's not quite so long. So let's just do a quick recap. We have Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. Like I said, it's a pretty busy week with all the back to school stuff, hair and open houses and all the stuff until we get to the weekend and we got some more free time for resetting the house. So thank you guys so much for watching. I really appreciate it. If you would like and subscribe, that would mean a lot to me. And I think that's it. Thank you guys. I'll see you next time.